Hey friends, we have a brand new intuitive update for you. This is Emmanuel Dagher, and I'm here with my dear friend, Sunny Dawn Johnston. Sunny, say hello.
Hey guys, hello, hello.
We are so excited. We had some wonderful feedback from the last one, and we are just so grateful that we're able to keep doing this. Sunny, let's just jump right into it. What are you feeling right now? What's the temperature for you?
Oh wow. You're gonna start with me, huh? Gosh, what's the temperature? Well, I'll tell you what I'm observing with clients this week. I guess probably the word that I would use is rebirthing.
Hmm,
Rebirthing. I feel like a lot of people are recognizing their need, desire, want, necessity to let go of. Um, their old story, their old ideas, their old belief systems. And in that, learning how to step into birthing into something new. And that birthing process, that's not easy. We can feel it, it's there, but we don't always know what to do or even really how to do it. And I think the big thing is there's a big lack of trust. Like, what's going to be on the other side? If I let go of this, what's going to be on the other side of it? If I stop doing this, what's it going to look like? And I feel that way sometimes too. Like when I'm going to stop, so I'm like, oh, I don't know. But I step into the trust, and so I'm finding that people are starting to kind of rebirth and step into this energy of, and I don't know if I want to say they're forced to, but they're being required to let go before they can step in, right? So it
hmm.
isn't okay, it's already here and I'm going to grab it and now I know and I can do it. It's I got to go in, I got to close my eyes and I got to trust that the universe, spirit, God, creator is going to guide me in that next step in the rebirthing. And it's hard. And people are have been challenged with that. So I think that's probably my word for the week.
Labor pains.
Yes, labor pains. And hey, I know about
hmm
that a little bit.
Yes, you do.
And and the reality of it is and ooh, this is a good analogy. This was great, Emmanuel. Every labor pain, every one of those pains is getting to the gift, giving to the
Mm,
blessing, getting to the life that we are desiring to birth. And
yes.
so they're necessary. It's necessary.
Mm. Well, it's so interesting because I too was feeling the same word, rebirth. So I found that very interesting that you shared that. You guys, we
We
didn't
didn't
even
talk
speak
about
about it.
this.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, we just jumped on. It was like, do you want to chat? Nope, let's go right into it. So, yeah, rebirth. And you said something about kind of letting go of attachments. And I think that's really what's happening right now is layer after layer. And we've been doing this obviously for a long time. So many people watching have been doing this for so long. But I feel like the temperature has been turned up right now. There's a lot of heat energy, there's a lot of fire energy. And so if you do find yourself feeling irritable or frustrated or annoyed, be gentle with yourself and please be gentle with those around you because everyone's just doing their best right now. Everyone's just trying to do what they can to get to the next chapter of their journey. But when we're in this cycle right now, the astrology cycle right now is we're entering the new year because Aries is the first sign. And I know, Sunny, you're in Aries. Your birthday's coming up. Happy early birthday.
Fire, fire.
Yes. And so it's a time of kind of contemplating and thinking about how you want to move forward, birthing the new, and then of course honoring what you just moved through and you kind of had like the past year, what you experienced, thinking about it, reflecting it and on it, and just being in a space of gratitude for the hardship and the ease because it's all good and it all brought you to this point right now to be the extraordinary person that you are today. So just being in that space, but be mindful. There's a lot of heat, and specifically when it's associated with relationships, whether it's our partners or friendships or work relationships, just be mindful how you are expressing. Is it true to who you are? Or are you kind of reacting? And a lot of the energies right now, they're super hot. So we might find ourselves reacting. And if you are, Just be kind to yourself. And of course, if there's some disagreements or things that come up between you and your loved ones, just make sure to put some of that ego and pride aside and be the person who apologizes if you need to, or steps up and shows up for yourself in a way where you have boundaries and healthy boundaries and all that. So whatever it is, just be the example, because there's so much autopilot going on right now, and we want to make sure that you're not in that, or at least not long periods of time. That's why we're doing these updates. We want to give you insight to help you really come back to yourself. Sunny, do you have any insights about what I
Yeah,
just
I think
shared?
that's great. I think what you said is great. And it's so funny how we don't know and yet we know, because it's exact same vibes. Two things that you said that I want to expand on, that I really think are important. And so the first thing you said is, okay, this is a hot month. And I'm not an astrologer. I'm not into astrology. I mean, I'm into it. I love it, but I don't know enough about it to my training was from 13 to 17. Now that's what I know about astrology, right? So when you said that, what came to me was, when you think about heat, when I think about heat, I think about passion. And I think about, excitement. And I think about like that fire energy, like, hey, let's do it. But also, and also, what happens? The other side of it's anger, right? So that energy is there, and it's how are we going to channel it? And sometimes if we don't feel like we're getting the energy channel of the passion and the excitement and all of that, then it actually gets channeled through the anger and kind of the stabs and the snarkiness and things like that. So really be mindful. If you're observing that, you're probably going to feel that energy and be very aware of how you're directing it. Because if you're on one side, both can be extreme, right? They
Mhm.
can serve a purpose in the moment. Anger can serve a purpose, and it absolutely does, and it gets us moving, and so can passion. But staying in that for long periods of time, it's not healthy.
Mhm.
That was, I think, one of the things that jumped out to me. Do you have to comment on that?
Yeah, I wanted to say, what do you feel, maybe like one piece of advice or maybe like a tip that you can offer our viewers of how to channel that fire energy, that, in a direction that's productive? Like, what's something that they can do to move in that direction?
Well, for me, one of the things I usually do, if I can feel that, because I'm fire, I'm Aries,
Mhm.
and I have 9 planets. I have nine fire. I'm fire all the way, guys. So I get it. And so for me, when I can feel that energy, what I do is I write. I write
Mm,
it out before I let it come out sideways. Right. So a lot of times when it comes out sideways, and to your point, Emmanuel, when you said, if you have some interactions with people, be mindful not to react. And what I would say, and the difference, and what really helps me is, I want to be a responder. And a
mm,
responder is someone who sees the circumstance, sees the situation, observes the way they're feeling in it, and steps back.
mm,
A reactor, when they experience that, they step forward right into it. So it's usually a comment, it's usually a action. So you get an email and you react and you fire off another one back, versus a response. Take a step back, take a breath, sit in a space of observance, and be mindful if you're ready to bring in a response. A response is always healthier than a reaction. Um,
mm,
I think that, the other part of that is when you do react, because you will, because we do, because that's,
mhm,
we're humans, is be sure that if you recognize that you've maybe come out sideways, that you clean up your side of the road. You
mm,
take responsibility. You apologize. You clarify whatever that was. Or if there is no explanation, like you just really came out sideways, then just say that. You know what, man, I'm not happy with this, and I'm working on this. And you know what, I really came from a reactive place that got triggered, and that's not you, that's me. And
mhm,
own it, because I'll tell you what, I could be mad at a lot of people, and if they say, you know what, I recognize that was about me, it's gone, like done, the end. Right. So when we take responsibility, it transmutes the energy that you unintentionally, maybe unconsciously, directed to that person. So clean it up. right
Mm.
there, right then. Don't wait. Don't see if they're going to get mad. Just if it doesn't feel good to you, clean it up now.
That is such good advice. And, the mind always wants an outlet to create. It's going to keep creating. And our job is to direct it in a direction that hopefully either feels expansive. And if it's not feeling expansive, it's just feedback to help us come back into what feels good. So thank you for sharing that. And I wanted to share right now, if you're watching, let us know what you're experiencing right now. How are you navigating these energies? Are you feeling the passion? Are you feeling the excitement? Are you feeling some of that heat energy? Just let us know in the comments. We really love hearing from you. Um, I am just so grateful because, sometimes all of this is happening. Like I'll be tapping into whether it's working with clients or whether it's, tapping into astrology or whatnot. And it's so wonderful, Sunny, to have somebody to speak to about this because sometimes when it's just up here and not being fully expressed, and you had mentioned writing, I do love to write, but I love dialogue. So thank you for really being here and showing up in this way.
I love dialogue also, and I don't love writing. So I'm glad you love it. I don't love it. I do it. And here, maybe this is important for some of you to hear and let us know if this is true for you. Um, I don't love it and I do it.
Mm,
Okay. I don't
yes.
love it, but I know that it is loving to myself to do it.
Hmm.
There's a
Hmm.
difference. And so just because you don't love, like going to the gym, I mean, you might not love going to the gym, but you usually love the way you feel afterwards, right? So just because you don't love it, guys, and I know writing is something a lot of people don't love, but I'll tell you what, it is one of the most healing tools that you can use, and that you can start to have more awareness of yourself, your where you're at, and the stories that you've got in your head. When you start writing, it comes out there before it comes out here, and that is a much better thing
Hmm.
for us in the ripple of it. Now, if you want to have some real good learning experiences, don't write at all. Just never write and just spew out your stuff, and you'll get experiences. Okay.
Yes, yes. One thing as you were sharing, I was thinking of another way that we can offer those watching to really navigate through some of the fiery energies. If there's two things, you mentioned one of them is exercise, working out. I think it's really important. It's a good outlet. The body and mind are obviously very connected, and when the body has that healthy outlet, the mind will also have that healthy outlet. So that's one. The other thing, water. So if you're close to water, like a lake or ocean. And if you're not, maybe taking a bath or even spritzing with water with a little bit of sea salt is very helpful. It kind of balances out the energy and really creates more of that flow water energy to balance out some of that fire energy. So those are some things that kind of came up while you were sharing. So I'm glad that we had a little more time to share that.
And drink your water too. That's what I was. Drink your water also. Like a lot of you don't all drink enough. I'm just saying, drink
Hmm.
your water. It's good for you. And I love Epsom salt baths. I think those are great to help just kind of transmute some of that. And when I think of water, I think it helps us with emotions. It
Hmm.
helps us to express those emotions. Sometimes that's the only place for some of you that might feel safe to express your emotions, whether that's tears or anger. You go in the shower with the tub and you cry, or you yell, or you purge the energy, right? You watch that energy move out of your body. So water has been, and I think I don't have a lot of water in my chart, a lot of fire. And so water is my human way of calming. Like I've known to go in the middle of a session, middle of a day between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock and get in the tub. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, I need to pull it in, right? So that's
Yes.
a really good reminder, Manuel.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you are also feeling called to take a bath in the morning or in the afternoon, like Sunny just described, please feel free to do that because that's your intuition guiding you to do exactly what you're for your highest and greatest good. So, with that being said, I just want to tell you, please be kind to yourself. Please be gentle with yourself. Like we are definitely turning the temperature up a little bit. But as Sunny had said, there's a lot of excitement that you can channel that energy towards. You can create something new, whether it's in your work or whether it's knitting something new or painting or something. This is a time of new beginnings, rebirth, and we are so grateful to be on this journey with you. Do you want to share anything, any final thoughts, Sunny?
Yeah, you know what? Share with us where you're at, like Emmanuel said, and I would love to hear what you're working on. Like, what are you in the energy of creating? Like, what are you getting excited about? We talk a lot because we do so much with healing. We talk a lot about some of the challenging things, right? That's what Emmanuel and I's work is really about. We help people kind of move through some of those challenges. But what's exciting is when we get to hear, what are you creating? What energy are you putting out there? What are you attracting to you? And what are you intentionally taking steps forward? So I'd love to hear those in the comments too. And we can hold that vision with you. We can hold that energy with you in this time where it's creation and we're recognizing, okay, we got to use this energy one way or another. Let's focus
Hmm.
there.
Yeah, we are a community. We are here to support each other, and we are here for you. You can check out Sunny's amazing work if you want to dive more on her website, sunnydawnjohnston.com, and of course, emmanueldagher.com. We're so grateful for you. And until next time, have a miraculous day. Hey, my friend, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and comment. I'd love to hear from you. Have a miraculous day.